From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time now for Up Close and Personal here on The Horse's Mouth on Buzz TV. Of course, at my bar, at Tommy Max. My guest this time around is Mindy Barker from Barker and Associates. We're talking a little accounting, a little CFO. She wrote a book. Let's welcome her into the show. Mindy, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Great to meet you, and thanks for being here.
Yeah.
All right, background in accounting, right? You're also a CFO as well. Tell us about what you're doing out there.
So I am doing fractional and interim CFO work for companies that are in need of CFO work, basically financial strategy. I don't do bookkeeping, I don't do taxes, but basically the guts of your business and the financial strategy, helping you look forward to build that profit and also get ready to pitch to investors with a pitch deck, and that's what my book is about.
Absolutely. So you come in and you're looking at everything from a financial aspect while you're forecasting to make sure that is on point, because it's all about what? Answering to the shareholders, isn't it?
Correct.
Depending on the company, but for the most part, that's who you got to answer to when you're looking at their finances, right?
Yes, they didn't invest money in you just to make your day better. They invested money in you to make money. So you have a fiduciary responsibility to use that money to build a business effectively and efficiently so that you can make the most money for them as well as for yourself.
So when you come into the picture for a company, something's happened to their CFO, like whatever, it could be anything, whether it's they got in trouble, something happened personally, they wore out their welcome, what have you. This company needs a CFO. Mindy Barker comes in and fills the void.
Now, that has happened, but sometimes a company is growing and they're not ready to bring on a full-time CFO. So it'll be in a fractional situation, so it'll be kind of like a part-time CFO. But I have been brought in as an interim CFO when, and then I show up and there's like a funny story about why the CFO left. He got really mad and he just put his pen down and walked out one day. I'm like, just walked out and picked up his car keys and took off. Wow, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then one time the CFO had sued the CEO.
Really?
And the CEO would serve papers next door to the CFO.
Oh my God.
So then the CEO goes into the CFO's office and says, I assume you're going to get fired.
Right.
You can't sue me and still work here,
still
right?
Be here, right?
And so then I knew the CEO. The CEO calls me and says, I think I need an interim CFO. I'm like, yeah, I think you do.
How long, so if you're looking at a company to come in and help, how long is that process for you? Because you have to feel comfortable that you can turn it around or help them out or help them grow, what have you.
Yeah, you have to be really careful with communication, like in all situations, about what you are going to work on, what you're going to accomplish, and then like basically build it into the contract and make sure I make sure that I keep up with my customers at least once a week, if not daily, about what I'm working on, what goals we're accomplishing, what what problems we're solving, and that sort of thing, so we don't have scope creep.
No, right. And I think managing expectations on the front end is huge when we're talking about this kind of thing, right? This is what you can expect, because you don't want that misconstrued, because if it doesn't come through, they're like, wait, what happened? You're like, no, I didn't say that was going to, right? You got to manage that, give your expectation. This is what could happen. This is what the best would happen, but this is what most likely will happen, right?
Right, and you have to do that because a lot of people don't really even understand what Chief Financial Officer means. Like they think it's everything, including Chief Bottle Washer, and it's not.
No,
and it's not, a Chief Financial Officer typically should not be reconciling your bank account. That's not the best use of their time, or doing accounts payable or bookkeeping and that sort of thing.
Right. They need to oversee that and make sure it's being done, but they can't take the time to do it. They've got to pitch themselves. They may have to go raise money. They may have to go in front of the shareholders and talk about the forecasting or the earnings or what happened this quarter, what's going to happen the following quarter.
Or presentations to boards. I've done a lot of that, putting together presentations to boards, and a lot of times boards tell me, I didn't understand this business until you put together that presentation.
Wow, that's cool.
Because I have been the CFO and principal of a private equity firm, so I understand what type of information people want to see. These people don't have all day to read a 200-page package.
No, they do not.
You have to boil it down to what's important,
Yep.
help educate them about the business, what's going on historically, where strategically we're going in the future,
Yep.
and make it an effective conversation when you're presenting to the board.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, you brought your book here, Pitching to Win, Strategies for Success. Is that your first book?
It's my first and only book.
All right,
yeah.
congrats.
I need to work on
Good
another
for
one,
you,
but yeah.
Mindy. And then tell us what it's about.
So it's about building a business and getting ready to pitch to investors.
Okay.
And one of the things I talk about in here is I always recommend that companies have 2 pitch decks, because 9 times out of 10, when you're introduced to somebody, they're going to want you to email a pitch deck,
Yes,
right?
right.
So that pitch deck needs to stand on its own and needs to be able to communicate to the investor what you do. I can't tell you how many times people say, I get a pitch deck, I have no idea what they do.
Right.
Like you just you're missing an opportunity. Make sure that pitch deck tells from a baseline what the company does.
Yep.
And then you need another pitch deck for when you're presenting in front of somebody.
Sure.
And when you're doing that, that's almost like a TV screen. It's almost like the background here.
Yep.
It doesn't have a tremendous amount of words because you want the audience to be listening to you and not reading what's on a screen.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Well, how long did it take you to write the book?
I did it in a month.
Oh, good for you. All right.
And I did it in a month mainly because I had been asked to speak at a national conference.
Okay.
And I had a coach at the time. Now, you know about coaches, right?
Oh, yeah.
So a coach is like, okay, we've been asked to speak at a national conference. We're not going without a book.
Right.
So I wrote a book.
All right.
We got it published.
Cool.
And I handed it out at the conference, which was a real huge success. And I'm still in contact with some of the people I met at that conference today.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you this, for what it's worth, the advice I would give, because I'm kind of in that business aside from what I do here on The Horse's Mouth and others. No means not right now. So handle it with grace.
Right.
We all get emotional about our pitches. Like, we're like, this is the one. This is going to happen. It's going to happen.
Right.
Just go in, be confident. If they do say no, just say, thank you for your time. May I check back in down the road? Most of the time they say yes.
Right.
Because a lot of times it is bad timing for whatever reason.
Right.
It's just not good
It's not
timing
about
to do
you.
this.
You can't take it personal. And also ask for feedback. Like, what could change with my business to make you want to invest?
Yeah, I like that.
You always ask that.
Yeah, so you can learn whether it's for that person or you take that information for the next pitch.
Or it's like free consulting.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you do that, right?
That's great. All right, where can we find the book as we wrap it up?
It's on Amazon.com.
Okay.
It's on the Kindle paperback, and it's also on Audible. I read it myself.
All right, good. That's great. Mindy, congratulations.
Well,
Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. You did a great job. Make sure you check out Mindy's profile at iwannabuzz.com. You'll see this conversation. You'll see a ton of others, whether it's one-on-one or a full panel right here at the bar. Everybody is welcome. So until next time, stay safe out there and be cool. And we'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.
The team at Heritage Capital Group is special because it's a collection of people across the spectrum.
We have people who have been in the shoes of owners that are looking to buy and sell, and professionals that have executed transactions helping buy and sell companies for decades.
I think when you talk to us, see what our experience is, see what our skills are, see the reach that we have, you'll be very happy with the recommendation.